अस्सलाम वालेकुम। प्लीज़ प्लीज़ बीएसटी में आपको खुशामदीद कहती हूँ। आज का हमारा एपिसोड बेहद ख़ास है, बल्कि मेरे लिए तो बहुत ही ज़्यादा ख़ास है। आज मैं आपको एक ऐसे नौजवान से इंट्रोड्यूस करवाऊँगी जिसने अपने ख़याल, अपने ख्वाब को एक कारोबार में बदल दिया और अपनी लगन, अपनी मेहनत और अपनी चाहत से एक नया रास्ता अपनाया और माशाल्लाह उसमें कामयाब हुआ। मैं बात कर रही हूँ सुलेमान डोड की, जो कि दी पाकी टाको के फाउंडर हैं। मैं चाहूँगी कि सुलेमान डोड आपसे बात करें। अस्सलाम वालेकुम सुलेमान।
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Suleman. I'm going to speak in English. I can speak Urdu and Punjabi pretty fluently, but I'm born in America and I speak English as my first language. लेकिन अगर उर्दू में बात करना है तो मैं उर्दू में बात कर सकता हूँ, but I'm comfortable like this. So,
अच्छा, आपको पाकी टाको शुरू करने का ख़्याल कहाँ से आया?
2018, Ramadan. Fasting, as we all know, we get hungry. So I came up with the idea. I was just brainstorming. And the first thing I came up with was the Paki Taco. I thought it just made sense. Like kimas, like ground beef, or niharis, like birria. This concepts just make sense. A tortilla is like a roti. So I'm like, all right, let's just figure it out. Let's put it together. And then I wrote down a menu while I was fasting, driving cabs, 2018. And from there, that was it. That was my decision, and that's what I was gonna do. So I focused and went from there. Now 5 years later, well no, 8 years later, we have 2 trucks.
अच्छा, पाकी टाको का नाम आपने पाकी टाको कैसे रखा? इसके पीछे क्या सोच थी?
I'm Pakistani. We're doing Pakistani tacos, so we called it the Paki Taco.
जब आपने ये कारोबार शुरू किया तो क्या लोगों ने आपकी हौसला अफ़ज़ाई की थी या कहा था कि ये कामयाब नहीं होगा?
I remember when I first started, people were like, "Don't quit your day job. Don't don't continue this. You should still have a backup job somewhere." And you can't listen to those people because they don't believe in you. I think believing in yourself is very important. So that's what I did. I believed in myself. I didn't listen to these naysayers or these people that just didn't want the people that can't believe in themselves don't believe in you, if that makes sense. So I believed in myself and I said, this is what I'm going to do. So I didn't listen to anybody. But I did have a lot of people saying, oh, this is too risky. Don't do this. Don't quit your day job. And then, alhamdulillah, the week I quit my job, April 15th, 2024, that same week I got an influencer, didn't know who he was, showed up to the truck, posted a video, 400,000 views the week I quit my job. So it's meant to be. They call it Kismet.
अच्छा, शुरू के दिनों में सबसे मुश्किल मरहला कौन सा था?
The beginning. Well, or getting to the truck. Long story short, after I was driving cabs, I had to find another route to get to this truck and save up money. So I got a job at the airlines. Then I got a promotion at the airlines at LaGuardia Airport. I was living in Bristol, Connecticut at the time. So I was driving from Bristol, Connecticut to LaGuardia Airport over that Whitestone Bridge with all the traffic, 2 hours there, 2 hours back for a whole year, sleeping in my car some days just so I can afford this or figure out how to set this business up. So that was one of the hardest times. But not only that, when I got closer, I was still trying to run a truck and do 80 hours at the airlines. So those times were very difficult. But without those times, I wouldn't be where I'm at.
अच्छा, कभी ऐसा वक्त आया हो कि दिल किया हो कि सब कुछ छोड़ दूँ? अगर ऐसा वक्त आया था तो दोबारा हिम्मत कैसे आई?
No, I've never. I'm very steadfast, and I believe in myself, and I believe in this concept, and I've always focused on it. I believe in accepting failures. Failures are going to happen. Failures are what teach you how to grow. Failures are what teach success. But I never squandered in my focus. I've always been focused. I refuse to fail. Failure is not an option. Once you give yourself that option to fail, then you give yourself that opening. But I don't believe in it. I just refuse to. I don't think that thought doesn't cross my mind anymore. I don't think it ever has.
आज जब आप पीछे मुड़ के देखते हैं तो सबसे ज़्यादा फ़ख्र की कौन सी बात लगती है?
So I rarely get proud. The last time I thought about it, there have been 2 times where I can actually look back and think about being proud. The first time lasted literally 2 minutes because I got back to work. That's just how my mind works. But it was during a Haven Hot Chicken event where my mom came up with my sister and they saw a long line. And when I saw them, they were both really proud, so it made me really proud. But that feeling lasted 2 minutes, and then I went straight back to work. This last time I was proud, I actually took the time because it's important to take the time to feel proud of yourself. The reason I think I don't feel too proud of myself that often is because I know how much more work I need to do to get to the next level, the level that I want to be at, which is to franchise this or get 3 trucks brick and mortar franchise. That's my 10-year goal. But that's why it's hard for me to feel proud sometimes. But the last time I felt proud was driving on the way to pick up my second truck because I set a goal for April, having a second truck in hand in US on the road by April 2026. And that was accomplished. But I didn't really feel it until I'm on my way to pick it up, assembled, ready to go. And that time I sat down and I internalized that feeling, the fakhr feeling.
आपके ख्याल में कारोबार की सबसे बड़ी बुनियाद क्या है?
One crazy guy that refuses to quit. You need a strong individual in the back of the business that has a goal in mind. I think a true successful business is, the crazy guy is obviously a joke, but I think a true successful business has somebody that's behind leading the reins, pulling the team forward or focused, that is a very goal-oriented individual that has a future sight in mind, where they think 10 years ahead, but they also have the foresight to think a year ahead. And you think about all these things, but then you set goals and guidelines on how to reach these goals, how to reach these steps. That person is the one that will guarantee success.
अगर कोई नौजवान अपना कारोबार शुरू करना चाहे लेकिन डर रहा हो तो आप इसको क्या मशवरा देंगे?
I have people messaging me all the time. I have a new guy who wants to enter the food industry world, and I put it out on my page. I said, if anybody wants any advice, just let me know. I'm here to help. There's too many people who gatekeep things, who keep things for themselves, and I think we should support each other and help each other. Obviously, you have to gatekeep certain things like recipes, etc. But for anybody that wants to start, at the end of the day, 1,000 people have ideas. Maybe 10 of those 1,000 people do things with those ideas. So if you have an idea, it just takes action. Everybody has great ideas, but not too many people do anything about them. A lot of people talk, not a lot of people walk.
अगर आज आप अपने 18 साल वाले खुद को सिर्फ एक नसीहत कर सकते तो क्या कहेंगे?
Honestly, when I was 18, I was a crazy young kid, no focus, no anything. But looking back on it, I don't like thinking like that. I am who I am because of my past. So I wouldn't change a thing. I wouldn't be in these shoes, this position, this focus, this determined if I didn't make these mistakes as past. Mistakes are going to happen, but these mistakes can also shape you. They either shape you or they break you.
आपके वालिद ने आपको ज़िंदगी का सबसे बड़ा सबक क्या सिखाया?
Just watching my dad, watching both my parents actually, how hard they worked, taught me a lot of work ethic. My dad was always working, so it taught me just how to have a strong work ethic and just focus. And a lot of people don't have that. A lot of people don't have that drive, that willpower. They call it grit, and Abu had a lot of grit. Still has a lot of grit. Abu's always been a fighter, so seeing that gave me a lot of drive. And I never feared work. I don't think Abu ever feared work. A lot of people these days fear work. And that's why it's so easy to be successful these days, because you just don't fear work. Just do the work and you can be successful.
और आपकी वालदा ने आपके सफ़र में क्या किरदार अदा किया?
Taught me a lot. Taught me patience. That's one thing that I still have to work on a little bit. But it really helped me in growth, in my mentality, and focusing on being a good person. And Deen too. Deen helps. Deen helps your business a lot if you really focus on the religious aspect of things, because who can you call on when things go really bad, you know?
5 साल के बाद आप पाकी टाको को कहाँ देखना चाहते हैं?
So this year I hit a massive goal. We're 2 years into the business, 2 trucks, hit a massive goal. This year I told myself, no big goals, because when I set a goal, I do anything it takes to reach that goal, which in turn makes me extremely stressed out because I'm going to reach the goal, but I will also stress myself out along the way. So this year, no goals. 5 years. Within 5 years, I want a third trailer, operational, fully functional, where I can just step back and let people run it with systems in place to make it run smoothly, foolproof systems in place. And potentially within the 5 years, I'm thinking maybe 5 to 7 have a brick and mortar.
अगर पूरी दुनिया आपकी सिर्फ एक बात सुन सकती तो आप क्या पैगाम देना चाहेंगे?
I guess if the world is listening,
Especially new generation.
yeah, come to the Paki Taco. We got good food. If you guys want inspiration, I mean, I'm still on my journey, so, but what I can say about my journey is just don't give up. There's going to be tough times. Doesn't matter what field you're in, there's always going to be tough times. You just got to focus. You're going to get burnt out. Focus. So you're going to get tired. Focus. You're going to get just need to keep focusing on what that goal is and don't lose sight of it. The second you lose sight of it, you're like, I'm going to go play video games. I'm going to go do this. What was I supposed to do? No. Keep your focus. Don't let anybody tell you different, and just keep your eye on the prize. That's it.
आपका बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया। अल्लाह पाक आपके रिस्क में बहुत इजाफा करे, आपके कारोबार में बहुत बरकत दे। लेकिन एक बात हकीकत है कि इस पूरे इंटरव्यू में आपकी पूरी स्टोरी में बहुत सी ऐसी बातें जो हमारी नौजवान नस्ल सीख सकती है, उससे आगे बढ़ सकती है। बहुत शुक्रिया सलेमान रोल आपके आने का। अल्लाह पाक आपको बहुत हिम्मत दे और बहुत शुक्रिया कि आपने सबके हौसला अफजाई की।
Yo, follow the Paki Taco on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Shout us out.
BST दिल की बात मेरी, एहसास आपका।